So yeah, Shelby's not coming, so we'll call this to order. And just first order of business to approve last June 3rd's minutes. Do I have a second?
Ooh, ooh. Oh, you can't. I don't think you can. Anyway, go ahead. So you make a motion?
I make a motion first. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Second.
Second. Approved. Okay.
All in favor?
All in favor? I'm dad brain right now, so I apologize.
Understandable.
Order of operations.
Yeah.
So a quick update first is about the farmer's market. The first couple of weeks, from my understanding and what it has seemed like is it's been going smoothly. Stuart's been doing a good job of communicating with everyone. Anecdotally, I've been hearing from the vendors at least the first 2 weeks that they're doing good. They seem to be making some money. So they're very pleased. And I know at some point, I think they're going to take a roll call and see about if they feel like everyone wants to extend it. And I just said to Stuart that if that happens to come in, we'll talk about it and we'll go check in with the select board to give them an official update. But that was just from the first two days. So hopefully it continues and the weather holds out for them because every Wednesday it seems like it's been threatening rain.
Yeah. Last Wednesday it did.
It did rain last Wednesday, and luckily it by the time the market came on, it stopped raining. So hopefully they keep dodging those storms. But so far, everyone seemed relatively pleased.
Good.
I don't know if anyone else has gone down there or any.
I went to the first one. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I saw Eric there. I thought it was a nice out and steady and.
I went to both of them.
Nice.
I haven't gone yet. I want to go this Wednesday. But I've seen on Facebook that Stuart's done a few really thorough kind of advertisements on the Stockbridge community board with a big list of everything that you can get there. So that's good.
Sweet. And again, I ran into some people leaving the town offices who seem to really appreciate it because they're getting out during that time too. So people were stopping in when they were leaving the offices. So far, all good reports. So we'll keep an eye on it and hopefully Stuart can come and give us an update closer to the end or the continuation of it. All right. So I'll turn it over, Lisa, to talk about the town forest event.
Sure. So the planning is going, I think, quite well. DCR should be sending out registration information, I think, if not this week, next week. I can give you just a brief overview and then I had a question. We're going to start at 7:30, set up exhibits, registration from 8 to 9, coffee and refreshments. Colin from DCR is looking for a state official. I don't know if he's identified someone yet to give opening remarks. We'd also like this commission to have a brief opening remark. My suggestion was that you do it.
And I talked to Shelby about it, and we both agreed. I think Shelby's going to do the opening remarks.
Okay.
Just because I think you two have both done a lot of work on this or holding a lot of it and have a lot of it in the forefront.
Okay.
And so I talked to him about, and he seemed to be okay with doing it. So
You were my choice. But
I know.
just because he's going to do a presentation.
He mentioned that. And I said, I can be there for support for that too. But in lieu of that,
That's fine.
and I'll be there that day, but I told him that I am so far out of field. I don't know where I'm going to be at when it's all going down.
Understandable. Okay,
Yeah.
so Shelby will be
Mhm.
doing some opening remarks. The keynote will be on Fen Farm and how the Stockbridge Muncie community is addressing complex issues of conservation. We are still waiting to hear if someone from the tribe will be presenting, but if not, Rich Bradway, and I think someone from BNRC is willing to step up and do that talk. Then we have 3 speakers from DCR talking about forest health, forests under a changing climate, and then some management options for what's happening with hemlocks and maybe ash. Patrick will then do a Q&A with those 3 speakers for if people have questions. Shelby will do a brief presentation on the forest stewardship plan to go over that. We'll have lunch, and lunch is going to be likely boxed lunches from the marketplace. And I'll get back to that in a minute. And then in the afternoon, we've lined up 3 field trips, one to Ice Glen with Bob Leverett and Ken Gooch, one to Gould Meadows, Ron Broker, and most likely Jess Toro. She's 90% sure she can do it. And then one to the Botanical Gardens, Mike Beck, Thaddeus Thompson will be doing that. And I'm not sure, I'm waiting to hear back from Colin on what that will entail. Then we'll come back to town offices and Colin will give some closing remarks. So that's where it stands right now. It's fallen into place. 2 things I wanted to talk about here is we will need volunteers. I heard Teresa Zanetti is helping with the buses and food to get all that arranged. And she told me today, 2 people from the fire department will set up the room on Friday. So that's great. We're going to need bus monitors. DCR suggested somebody on each bus just to make sure things are okay, do head counts, make sure, especially for Ice Glen, make sure everybody that goes in comes out. We're going to need cleanup, and we will likely need somebody to pick up food. We're not sure if Marketplace will deliver or not, so that's a question mark. And DCR also suggested having a car follow each bus in case someone needs to get out.
Get out quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all those things we'll need volunteers for. So Abby, you're gonna possibly get some students.
Yes, I guess, have we decided on the date yet?
Oh, I'm sorry, the date is October 19th at Town Hall.
Okay, great.
Sorry, I didn't say that.
No, that's okay, because I just know we were deciding at town hall.
Yep. And I would think for the students, if they could help, maybe setting up, cleaning up, those kind of things.
Set up and clean up, yeah.
Yeah, but we'll be putting freshmen out mid-morning if they could help with that.
And I'm assuming
Yeah, so I
they,
guess,
Yep.
I guess I just need like general times then. So did you say setup
We're
was
gonna-
starting at 7:30?
Well, the exhibitors will be setting up, hopefully everything will be set up the day before, but it'd be great to have students there, and I'm sure we'll find something for them to do.
Okay, yeah, sure.
And then during the break is 10:15 to 10:30, we'll be putting food back out.
Okay.
And then for the cleanup, if possible, because
How many are you thinking? How many would be
I
helpful?
would think 3 or 4.
3 or 4? Okay.
I mean, we'll need volunteers for other things, like being on the buses, picking up everything.
yeah, I think, and like you said, there's kind of, we can make a spreadsheet that has all the, like what you just listed.
Yep.
And then to know, if there's people on the bus that is needed, that obviously being either someone of, either our commission or like an adult or someone who's like leading, doing the head count. Maybe they're the same person that drives the car. So it's like they do the head count on the bus and then they're also driving the emergency car behind. And we just maybe like highlight those volunteers as being kind of like special in a way. Whereas like the volunteers that I think you're getting at will be more of like, all right, assisting. And maybe someone's in charge if there's someone that has the lead with them to like direct them what to do, basically.
Yep, good idea.
To be like in charge of that and make sure that they're accounted for too, because I'm assuming they can stay and watch and take
Oh,
part.
yeah, well, it's free.
Yeah,
Yeah, we would
Yep.
want to count because we would be counting them for
Yeah.
being on the buses.
yeah.
Yeah, but they can certainly come to the whole event.
Yeah,
And-
awesome.
Yeah, and I think that's how we'll sell it to the teachers and
Yeah.
hopefully they'll sign off on it as being a field trip-esque
Oh, I
event.
think it's a great educational opportunity.
Right.
It'll be educational and then also a good opportunity to get a few or more volunteer hours in also. So that'll
Yeah.
be great.
Exactly.
And then we can, our priority has been getting the agenda finalized. So some of these other things we'll tackle as we go on. The other big issue regarding the food, Mike Downey was very clear. So we've had, I don't know, 3 or 4 meetings with Patrick, Shelby, myself, Mike, and Colin, and he's very clear that whatever we do for food and containers has to be compostable.
Mhm.
So no single use. And we have to work on water for that. No water bottles, maybe some canned juices, but he wants as much as possible. He wants everything actually to be compostable. So we'll be
Gotcha.
working on that too.
Is there any coffee?
We're thinking, and I just thought of that on the way over.
Yeah.
I was thinking Dunkin' Donuts, those boxes, I don't know if they're compostable.
Well, I was gonna say, because I was thinking if Marketplace isn't delivering, we could talk to the local shop,
Which one?
Stockbridge Coffee and Tea, and they might be able to they might have
that's-
dispensers that way it's just reusable. And then we could get compostable cups.
Right.
But they could maybe make a couple batches and just bring them over
Good idea.
first thing in the morning.
Like a large urn.
Like, I don't know what they're actually called, but like where you push the top in,
Yeah.
we could see if they have a couple of those.
Would need a lot. I mean,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay, that's a good idea. I'll see if Teresa. can
Yeah.
Check with them. So, coffee, tea, Teresa thought, Bartlett's because Jess Toro suggested Mr. Dingaling to come for an ice cream truck.
Um,
But it's gonna be October.
Right,
So
right.
Teresa thought maybe apples and cider donuts.
Yeah.
Or like right before we get on the buses.
Yeah.
And then I thought unless there's a more local idea, I thought Bagel Deli, Great Barrington,
Oh,
for bagels and cream cheese.
mhm.
And maybe some donuts from Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
So people, but I'm open to ideas if people have other.
I mean, I like supporting if there's someone coming from Pittsfield or something that maybe, I think we'd probably have to call in an order.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because I know I know they sell out very quickly.
Yeah, no,
in
we
October.
would order all of this.
Yeah, and see if they can do that order, and then, if someone's coming down from Pittsfield can swing by and pick it up, one of our volunteers, or someone that's coming. Or we can send someone up to get it early morning.
I thought even, because we're starting at 7:30,
Yeah.
I thought I would pick it up the day before.
Okay, or the day before, yeah, they're
I
not
mean,
gonna
They'll
go
be a
back.
day old, but they're still really good.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
And maybe if we do Dunkin' Donuts,
Mhm,
that we can pick up in the morning.
right,
In
yeah.
Um,
I would consider too that maybe there being some kind of morning, if there's I don't know who it would be, just having a few vegan option, like muffins.
Oh, we thought
Okay.
gluten-free,
Cool,
vegan.
yeah. Just have a little something.
Yeah, no, we'll have options.
Yeah.
Dairy-free.
But I like the idea of using as much the local business as possible, as long as we give them a heads up. You're like, hey, And then they're also right there, like for the Stockbridge Coffee and Tea, if we're running low, we can have
We
them,
can get,
bring them
do
more.
they have things to eat that are not really, because we thought this place.
Well, you could-
We don't want to break the bank either.
You don't break bank, yeah. You could, they don't have, they get theirs, I think, from Soma, which is a caterer. I think they get most of their pastries through them. So they go and pick them up over in West Stockbridge. I can check with them and
Know
see.
who Soma is.
They are mostly a caterer, catering business.
And it's breakfast kind of thing?
No, they have a baker on staff, but they also do like large events. So like they do 300 people galas, like they did the Stockbridge or the Shakespeare and Company gala in Lenox a few weekends ago. So they're also, that's another option that you could ask them if they would deliver some baker, like they could probably do vegan.
Baked goods for.
Yeah, baked goods. I think they're still doing them. I'll put that in asterisk. You might have to call and ask.
Okay.
Um,
Any other suggestions?
Do they have a food truck? Because they catered my prom and they brought a
That's
food truck. That would
They had been operating one. I don't know if they're still doing it. They might be.
Or are you
That was a
thinking,
while ago.
Yeah,
are you thinking for the morning?
Not sure.
that's just, you can see what they, yeah. They used to have a pizza. I remember because actually I worked on that food truck for pre-COVID. But I don't know if they're still doing it after everything.
Well, if they're West Stockbridge, they would
Yeah.
either deliver or we could. pick them.
Right,
Mhm.
But I'm not familiar with them. We'll check it out.
yeah. I think as long as we have the basics covered and there's a vegan option,
Yep.
just at least for the pastries in the morning, and then vegan and vegetarian for the boxes,
And gluten-free.
and gluten-free for
Yeah.
the.
Yeah, no, she asked about all.
Perfect.
So Marketplace will do all of that.
Yeah,
And whoever we get for morning things, we'll make sure they do all that too.
cool.
It's actually been really exciting to work on it, and it's coming together really nicely. So I think it will be a great event.
And at some point, when everything's solidified, we'll be able to get a copy of the map of the day.
Oh, there'll be, I think that Mike will be sending out registration this week.
Gotcha.
Not, it'll be the beginning of next week. So it'll come to this commission, and anyone you want to forward it to, send it to. If you know someone that you think would be interested, just pass it along.
Cool.
It may be, one sticking point may be the field trips.
Mhm.
I hope we can divide people up evenly.
Yeah.
I hope that not everyone doesn't want to go on the same field trip, because we talked about trying to have people go to two different places, and I think it would just be, we don't have the time for that. Logistically, it takes a long time.
Would with the registration, are people gonna have to pick one,
I
sign up for one?
not set up that way here.
Mhm.
I don't know,
Because maybe that might help, because
unless
that,
everyone picks the same one.
well, at least you'd know that
Yeah.
ahead of time.
Yeah.
Because I would hate for us to
Yeah.
plan for everyone to go every which way, and then everyone lines up at the same bus and
Yep, good
You know.
idea.
two people only want to go one way, because then at least maybe we can at least maybe alter it later and be like, not enough people signed up for this
So maybe
event.
indicate your first and second
Yes.
choice.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
Yeah, and then if they don't get their first choice, maybe they will get
right,
their second choice. Because I think they'll all be really good.
right.
Um,
And if everyone signs up and it's very evenly split, then we're good to go, But at least that way you don't set up for something and
right,
only,
yeah, no, and we thought, especially taking people through Ice Glen, you can't take 100 people
right,
through Ice Glen and expect people to hear. I think they'll provide acoustics, so like Bob can speak through something so people can hear him, but still 100 people is
Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah.
But both Mike and Colin said a lot of people leave after the morning, so not everyone will come for the full day.
Right, right.
So there may be some attrition there. So think of it's great if we can get students, if you know other responsible adults that can volunteer for some of the other things.
And maybe we
So-
can figure out for ourselves which way we all want to go. Eric,
Christine said she would volunteer.
sweet.
Great. Tell Christine she's hired.
Okay.
And if she has a preference of what she'd like to do, we will accommodate.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Great, yeah, so if we get a form, and if it's just a Excel spreadsheet for the volunteers,
For
and then maybe
volunteers.
we can all choose, kind of put our first and second preferences on it, so we get know where we're gonna be and what we can help with. At least for my sake, I think I'm definitely gonna be a floater. I can float wherever we are needed
Yep.
that day.
Baby in tow.
Baby is gonna be on my back, so
Babies are welcome.
we can +1 baby on that.
Yeah, that's great. Great.
Volunteering.
Yeah, and I hope to volunteer people from the Concom and
Yeah.
the Ken Pusabot Commission.
Perfect.
Hope we can get some folks there.
Yeah,
The not good thing, which we didn't realize till we set the date, it's the same day as the MAC conference, Massachusetts Conservation Commission Conference, and it's also the same day shall be some forest history or land use history conference on the same day. So
we're competing.
we're
Yeah.
competing, and MAC gets
Yeah.
100 people. It's a big
Yeah.
conference, so that's too bad, but it's how it goes.
Right. Well, we're gonna attract them with cider donuts
Yeah.
and
There you go.
and coffee.
There you go. And it's free.
And it's free. Can't have a better deal than that. Well, I want to say this is amazing. It has come together very quickly from when we got offered it to what it's becoming, and that's
Yeah,
really
no,
growing nicely.
And Mike and Colin are wonderful to work with and have
Oh, great.
good suggestions, and yeah, it's been good.
One last thought, press, are they gonna handle press? Are they gonna let people know?
I think that's a good question.
Is it
I
definitely,
think they do.
yeah,
I think they said they handled all of that. I did ask if we can we get it on our website?
we can ask, we can see if we can.
I asked Mike
Yeah,
Canales to put it on the town website. And I'll also ask Carol Owens to put it in the Stockbridge updates.
I will check the calendar and see if there's anything on there. Yeah, because it would be nice if the Edge or the Eagle or WMC, if there's anyone, Josh Landes wants to come and do a story.
That's a good idea. I have a list of, I don't know, 20 or so people in our local organizations that I sent out a brief summary and a save the date notice, just so people have a heads up. Old growth forests, Green Acres,
Mhm.
Laurel Hill, a lot of the local. So that, and the response to that has been good. People seem really interested. And Mike gave me a list of about 15 state organizations that I sent out a save the date to also.
Perfect.
So people are getting advance notice.
I don't see anything on the calendar.
Okay, I just emailed him this morning.
Perfect,
And he's
yeah.
just back from vacation, so,
Yeah, so we'll just keep an eye on that.
yeah.
All right,
But these are good suggestions. Thank you.
cool.
Yeah, that's helpful. If you think
And
of anything else, let me know.
yeah, so anything else, reach out. And thank you for doing all this work, for representing us and the town.
It's been fun.
Good.
It's good.
Well, if it wasn't fun, I would be, I'd be more concerned.
Yeah,
So,
no, it's been fun.
um, so that, not hearing anything else, that's all I had on the agenda for today. I think, the only thing is decide when do we feel like we need to meet again? If we want to roll into September, and do the first week of September, because then they'll, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so that would, well, that would be Labor Day, obviously. So what about, September 9th? That would be the following week after
That
Labor Day.
works.
And there's no other town meeting that night?
I can double check. Can we say tentatively the September 9th, as long as there's nothing else going on?
Sure.
Yep.
And on that, maybe, let me see, that would be, one, two.
So I'll try to have a spreadsheet for that meeting
Yes,
so we can.
yeah, so actually,
volunteers.
so, that also means, theoretically that, the farmer's market will have to have made a decision by then about whether they want to extend. Because it means, they'd be wrapping up, 1, 2, 3.
Before then, yeah.
So, I'm I'm just wondering if we need to meet about that. If we feel like we need to meet about that.
Or we can, I would propose we take a vote now that if they want to, I make a motion that if they do want to meet, we're in favor, and you can just take it to the select board or
Take
Stuart,
Stuart to fix it.
so we don't have to meet again.
So the motion, to be clear, the motion is if,
The farmers decide they want to extend it, I make a motion that we approve that pending approval from the select board. So we don't have to.
we have a second, all in favor, say aye.
Hi.
So if they're in favor, I will work with Stuart to bring that to the select board and make sure there's nothing that we need to handle. So then that clears the way for September 9th. Tentatively, we'll do that as long as nothing else is happening. We will go over volunteers. We will check in again about the farmer's market. And I'll just put out there, I haven't forgotten about composting. At some point, I'd love to get back on that train.
Yep.
And see how Mark is doing with that. I think we ought to just kind of get back out there and talk to him and see what buttons need to be pushed. So maybe we
Yeah.
can do that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Last I knew, he was trying to talk to Mike about budgeting stuff, but it was the busy season apparently. So I
Right.
don't know.
So, and if you remember when we met with Renee, the first year or the first 2 years, I don't remember, in Sheffield, they operated under a grant and she had offered to assist with that. And every time I see her, she says, how's the composting going? So I think she would be a great resource. I mean, if money is the issue to get it started.
Okay.
And I think there's such a statewide effort
Mhm.
to do this that.
It's coming.
There's
Yeah.
money available.
So let's be in touch about that, and then maybe we can have something by the next meeting to update or talk about.
Okay.
And if you want to reach out to Renee, she'd love to hear from you, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Awesome.
great. All right, not hearing anything else, I'll make a motion to close this meeting. Do I have a second? All in favor, say aye.
Hi.
All right, thank you all so much.